what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel for a brand new video. So last week, a couple days after Season 2 was released, I made a video on Zafina, and I reviewed her changes on what they did to her in Season 2. If you saw that video, you saw that I wasn't really happy with what they did because, honestly speaking, she did really get screwed over. She really did, compared to what the other cast members got. She really did get screwed over. But, you know, now that we are 1 week into Season 2, I've kind of found some workarounds to some of the changes that she got, and I think what I'm trying to say here is that I might have been wrong about her. You know, she's definitely not what I want her to be, but with the changes that she got in Season 2, you know, there is a workaround to how to play her. There are ways you can make her new tools work. So now that we're a week in, here's kind of what I found out. So kind of going down the list off the top of my head here. So the first thing I want to talk about is forward 3. So remember how I said this isn't a launcher? Well, it's true. It's not a launcher, as you can see. It just staggers the opponent. But what you can do here instead is you could do forward 3 and then go to Scarecrow 2-1. So as you can see right here, right there, that's a 3-hit combo for 56 damage, and you get heat activated, right? So you can see Zafina is in heat. And when she goes in heat, then she has the orb activated, her install. So that's something that I found out that could be useful, because normally you would have to go into, let's say you would have to get a counter hit forward 3 into Scarecrow 2-1 to get that type of combo, that type of follow-up, you know what I'm saying? But now that she has forward 3, you know, with the new property on her forward 3, you could just do forward 3 into Scarecrow 2, just like that, regular hit, you know what I'm saying? And of course, if you have heat activated, then you could get a full combo. So, as you can see right here, let me activate heat, alright? There you see, Zafina's in heat now, forward 3, right? Something like that, right? So, this is a way you can make the new forward 3 work. And really that's what this video is going to be about. How to use Zafina's new moves that she got in Season 2, the new properties, and make them work for you, you know what I'm saying? So we're trying to learn here. Another thing that I found out is that her Tarantula 3, so as you can see right here, see how she crawled, Tarantula 3, this used to knock down. So when this used to knock down, you could get a Tarantula down 1+2, just like that. Or you could get a Tarantula down forward 1 for a guaranteed follow-up. So that's gone now because Tarantula 3 doesn't knock down. However, what you can do is that on counter hit, you can in fact get a follow-up. So let me go ahead and get that set up. So we go into counter hit settings, right? Player counter hit. So as you can see right here, what I'm gonna do is you can go into Tarantula 3, and if you get a counter hit, the animation changes just like that, as you can see. So counter hit, and without counter hit, it looks like this, right? Right, so look at the difference in animation. No counter hit, she just kind of hunches down a little bit, kind of drops to her knees. When you activate counter hit, the animation changes, just like that, right? So from there, when you get Tarantula 3 on counter hit, you can go into Tarantula 1+2, just like that. So you do have a follow-up on counter hit. You can see that's 3-hit combo for 37 damage. So once again, Tarantula 3 counter hit, Tarantula 1+2. Now, to make this even better is that if you have the orb activated in your install, right? So you can see right here, if you get this on counter hit, 1+2, back 3, 1+2, and then that gets an additional hit. So even though it doesn't register as a full combo, you know what I'm saying, like a 5-hit combo, it is still in fact a combo. You can't really escape out of it. You just can't do it. So once again, let me pop heat right here. So Zafina's in heat, as you can see. Tarantula 3, 1+2, back 3, 1+2, in heat, and look at that damage. So that's something you could do as well to make Zafina's new properties work in your favor. And it's pretty effective in a real match. You know, it will do a lot of damage to your opponent. So that's something to keep in mind. Alright, so talking about her back 3, 1+2. So if you have heat, you can do the parry. Sorry, not heat. If you have the install, you could do your parry, back 3, 1+2, and it'll be guaranteed. Like, you can't get out of it. So for example, watch. I'm going to play. Go for her parry. Alright, she gets her orb, back 3, 1+2, and the opponent can't get out of this. You know, I've tried, I've had opponents try, and you just can't get out of it. So again, it's another way that you could use Zafina's new moves, her new tools that she got in Season 2 to your favor. So as you can see, parry, boom, just like that, back 3, 1+2, and she goes into that sick animation. It's pretty tight, honestly. So that's another way you could use Zafina's new moves. Also, her back 1+2. So this move right here, I'm actually a fan of. It is a mid attack. It's homing, as you can see, and on heat, it gives her on hit. No, I got my words mixed up. You know, hit and heat. On hit, her back 1+2 gives her the install, the orb. So I've had a lot of success spacing out my opponents. You know, you can backdash, right? Space out your opponents, and when you're in the correct range, just hit them with the back 1+2, right? And then from there, they get knocked back so far away that you could just run in and continue your pressure, right? I've had success doing this twice, 3 times in a row for KOs, you know what I'm saying? And of course, if you have the orb activated, you could follow it up, back 1+2, back 1+2. Right, so just like that, you saw back 1+2, get your orb activated, and then on hit, back 1+2, 1+2. There you go. I think what we're seeing here is that in order for Zafina to be really effective in Season 2, you really have to time your attacks so you could activate the orb. That's where you're gonna have the most success with her, you know what I'm saying? When she has the orb activated, or when Zafina is in heat, that's when she's gonna be the most successful for you to play and really rush in and be aggressive offense, all that good stuff. One thing that I did find out though is because of how much health she consumes if you don't have orb activated, or I mean, as you can see, if you don't have heat activated, you lose health when you do certain moves, right? One thing I found out, the Kuma Panda matchup, that is insane. That is a brutal matchup. I'm telling you right now, if you're fighting a Kuma or a Panda player as Zafina, it's not in your favor. You can win, it's doable, but it's not gonna be a good time. You're not gonna have a good time playing Tekken in Season 2 as Zafina if you're playing against the Kuma and Panda. Zafina already damages herself, right? She loses health by doing certain attacks. Kuma and Panda chip damage is crazy, dude. So if you're already hurting yourself with damage just to get some offense in, and then Kuma or Panda pop heat or whatever the heck and they chip your health away, dude, you're gonna be like half your life bar is gonna be gone before you even know it, and then you'll have no idea how you got KO'd that quickly. It's because it's not a favorable matchup, you know? It really isn't. You try it out, dude. If you ever play Zafina against a bear player, it sucks, dude. It's a brutal matchup, and I would highly advise like, I don't know if you're like in a tournament set ranked, or you know, if you're in a tournament set, if you know someone's gonna play Kuma or Panda against you and you play Zafina, I would advise maybe switching characters. And I don't say that often, but for the time being, it's a brutal matchup. It really is. It's doable. You can win. You just gotta play really solid. And as Zafina players, we already know, like, we have to be solid in general. And fighting a Kuma or Panda player, it sucks, dude. It's brutal. But just letting you guys know, it's a heads up. You can tell how much that means because I spent like a good minute talking about it or more. But yeah, man, that's a really tough matchup. A couple other moves that I like about Zafina in Season 2 are her up forward 2. So this move right here, if you get it in a combo, it's a strong aerial tailspin. So your opponent's going to spin around and you'll be able to extend your combo. In the same way, Scarecrow 3+4 also behaves in the same way. So you're going to get a tailspin if you hit this in the middle of a combo. So you'll definitely be doing up forward 2 and Scarecrow 3+4 a lot in combos. So one thing you could do, for example, just to kind of show you something, I was messing around in practice mode. If you happen to get your opponent's back, right? Sometimes you'll be in a situation where you will do Scarecrow forward 2, 3, and then you'll have your opponent's back in this situation, right? So you'll do forward 2, 3, Scarecrow, and then you'll do 4 to get a launcher, right? You can surprise your opponent with that. So you could be in the situation, do like Scarecrow 2, 3, all right? And then from there, you would do up forward 2 to continue the combo, right? Just like that. Boom, boom, pop heat, and then finish it off with, I don't know, something like this, right? Something like that, right? So as you can see, that's something that is very doable in a real match under certain situations. And it's something that you should be ready for. Along the same lines, Zafina's down forward 1, 2, 1+2. I'm using this a lot for her wall combos as well. So if I get a wall splat, usually I'll do up forward 1, down forward 1, 2. So I'll do up forward 1, down forward 1, 2, 1+2. And that also triggers a stage hazard. So if you happen to be in a match and there's a stage hazard, you could do that, and you'll be able to continue your offense from that. The down 3 on counter hit, this is, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I really do miss the launcher from this, but I mean, you could always just do Mantis down forward 1, and you could of course choose to not go into Scarecrow by holding back out of that. But I'm not gonna lie, the losing the launching property off that move does suck. I haven't been able to find anything beyond that, so if you guys have found anything better you could do off down 3 counter hit, let me know, because right now I'm just doing Mantis down forward 1 just like that. Here's some match footage to show Zafina in action. So as you can see, I got the launcher. I'm going to do the new wall combo. Down forward 1, 2, 1+2 into the wall splat. As you can see, it got the wall hazard. And then I continue my pressure. Could have done something better. The damage is kind of lacking, but that animation is pretty sick, dude. And then of course, keep up the stance pressure, wall to wall. And then this ender right here, I feel like I could have done something more to, like an extra hit for it to kill, but overall, it looks tight, it looks sick, and I did get the win, as you can see here. Now, in this clip, you'll see I use back 1+2 a lot, to create space. Yeah, I got it one time, spacing out, and then I see him duck right there. I go for the KO. Beautiful. And now here's this match versus Akuma player, and you'll see again, I'll do the combo right there. All right, I get him to the wall, and I do down forward 1, 2, 1+2, right there. I really like hitting that at the wall. It's pretty satisfying. And there, as you can see, back 3, 1+2 for the ender with the power up. Now here we are versus June. I duck the high, and you'll see that I go for the Scarecrow 3+4, the tailspin right there, into the follow up. I pop heat. There we go with the wall combo. Very satisfying to hit. I really like that addition actually. And then of course, just continue your stance pressure, and the mental stack adds up, and then you could do stuff like that. Now in this clip, the parry works. Look, I parried, back 1+2, back 3, 1+2, into the KO. As someone who plays the game and all that, you know what I'm saying, I just try to find ways to make her work, and these are some of the ways that I found, to make Zafina work with what she got in Season 2. I'm trying to make the best out of the situation that we got on our hands, you know what I'm saying? But overall, I still like to play Zafina. I still like her. She's a really cool character. It really does seem like the devs have something against her, not gonna lie. It seems like every patch that has come out, she's gotten weaker and weaker. Honestly, with the new changes that she got, it wouldn't be that bad if they just minimized the amount of damage that she took, because it's way too much, man. Like the damage that she takes, that she hurts herself by doing attacks, it's way too much, and I don't know why they upped it, you know what I'm saying? Like, should have kept it the same, maybe lowered the damage a little bit, but no matter how I look at it, I'm like, dang, man, like, do the developers actually have something against Zafina? Like, what's going on here? It seems like she's getting screwed over every single patch, but even with that, I'm still trying to play her, make the best out of the situation that we got. But yeah, man, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Just a like a brief overview, if you want to call it that, just kind of like an update video to my last one, to show how you can make Zafina's new tools work. You know what I'm saying? Overall, it comes down to managing your resources. Know when to hit, know when to go and heat. Knowing how to space back 1+2, this is really going to help you a lot. I think if you learn how to get good at hitting people with this move and getting your orb activated, it's going to be like key to your gameplay. And also, I'm a fan of this sick animation right here. This one's pretty sick, I'm not going to lie, especially ending combos with that. It's tight. It's really sick. But yeah, man, I think when it comes to Zafina, space well, poke well, learn how to use back 1+2 to your advantage, manage your resources, And I'm saying a lot just to make her effective, but I think that's really what it comes down to. You really gotta be in control of your resources to make her work in season 2. But overall, it is what it is at this point. This is what we got to work with. We got to make the best of the situation. If you want to keep playing her, if not, I understand, it's all good. But this is what we got to work with. And like I said, I'm a broken record at this point, just repeating myself. But you just got to make the best out of the situation. She's a really cool character. I like her a lot. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Other than that, hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe out there. Take care. And I'll see you in the next video.